Hey there, friends. It's Lindbergh of the Health and Fitness Motivation Podcast, and I am super excited. Today, we have got a volunteer, dun dun dun, one of the students of Couch to Active, Jan Bailey, who's on with us today. And I'm just really honored and glad that some of my students are willing to come on to the podcast and share with you a little bit about their own life, their own health and fitness journeys, struggles, successes, and really I just open it up to anything that they want to share and talk about. And today it's Jan Bailey's turn. So Jan, first of all, welcome to the Health and Fitness Motivation Podcast.
Thank you.
Yeah, great. So Jan, I would love it if you could tell folks first just a little bit about who you are and what you've been doing with Couch to Active recently, and then we'll go into your story.
Well, I'm just about retired. Just got one student left. I do rehabilitation teaching, and my student I've been working with is learning blindness techniques for cooking, and she's also working on her Braille skills. But when I'm through with her, then I'm retired. And a friend of mine told me about Couch to Active, and so I decided I was going to try that. And what motivated me was that my mother is 97 years old. And when she stopped walking when she was 94 due to health reasons, her physical health went down a lot. And it's hard for her to do everything now.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, well, there's a lot of longevity in my family. My great aunt lived to be 100. Her daughter lived to be 99. And then my mother is 97, and her brother died at 95. And she still has a brother that's 92, and then the others that are a little younger. My great-grandmother was 90, and my grandmother 89 on the other side. And I had an aunt who was 95. So the women, not the men so much, but the women in our family seemed to have great longevity. And I decided I have got to lose weight. I lost weight a few years ago, 52 pounds, going keto, but I didn't exercise much at all. And I stuck to it too strictly. I read later. You cheat once in a while or to fool your body. Otherwise, it gets used to that diet and it won't let you lose weight. In fact, I gained all that weight back plus 40 pounds more. So now I've got those 40 plus one more off, and now I'm trying to lose weight again. But this time I decided I'm going to add exercise. And so I've started the classes, and I started walking and using my little rebounder to do some walking and running on there with the high intensity interval training, I guess they call it. And
Yep.
And I just, have been mostly eating keto, but I lost a lot of weight eating chili. So I do add that into my diet sometimes. I don't eat as much of it as I did. I just made some today. So I put most of it in the freeze, but I kept a couple out. Mm-hmm. And I have a carb day about every 7 to 10 days. That's when I'll maybe eat another bowl of my chili, and I'll probably have maybe a square of dark chocolate or a piece of bread or something, to bring up my carbs. So I'm determined that I'm going to lose weight and that I want to keep moving, because boy, was it hard at first. I could hardly get down on the floor.
I was going to say, Jan, yeah. So first of all, do you mind sharing the progress you've made in weight so far, or is that top secret? Whatever you're comfortable with.
I've lost 41 pounds, and that's since about the middle of April. I'm not 100% positive that's when I started. Mm-hmm. That's about what I think. It was either the middle of April or the first part of May. Another thing that got me started is when I went to the dentist in March. My blood pressure was 155 over 90, and that worried me. So now I've gotten it down to normal.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, now let's go back. Let's go back to the fun part about when you very first started Couch Active and your friend said, "Hey, Jan, you should try this." What was going through your mind, like at your very first class, like when you didn't even know what this whole thing was about?
Well, I never joined these kind of classes because whenever I would listen to tapes, they didn't give you enough information, so you couldn't figure out what they were doing. I did have some video or their tapes, their MP3 files of a place called Blind Alive that used to be on air, but the cadence of those just wasn't right for me. They were either too fast or too slow, and plus I just never did it. I mean, once in a while, but not regularly. And I thought maybe if I say I'm coming and I put it on my calendar, then I'll feel obligated because I'm kind of that way. I signed up, and I really didn't know what to expect. I mean, and I didn't realize we were going to use weights. I'd never done that before, but I just ordered 10-pound weights yesterday.
Oh, congratulations. Woohoo! Yeah. So Jan, you've gone from 0 weights to you bought
8
your,
pounds. Yeah.
slowly bought, you bought your first set and then you're like, oh, 5 pounds, not enough. So then you bought your 7 and 8 pounds. And now you're outgrowing those and you bought your 10. Congratulations. I'm glad you bought those 10-pounders. Great. So talk a little bit then. You've been with us for, was it 4 months now, maybe? What kind of progress have you made?
Well, I can get in and out of the tub a lot easier. And when I squat down to get my laundry out of the dryer, I still have a little struggle getting up, but not nearly as bad as I did. Mm-hmm. And I used to have trouble carrying like a big pan of eggs with boiling water back over to the sink when I finish boiling them. Now that's easy. And it's just a lot of it. I can bend down and pick something up. My balance is better. My movement is better. I have much more energy. I never take naps. I took one and it's because I didn't sleep well that night. I took a little bit. I went back to sleep a little bit in the morning. Otherwise, I don't take naps. I have tons more energy than I used to have. And I feel much better with this weight off. So that's my motivation to keep going.
Oh, that's so awesome. Well, and you've been just such a bright light in the class, like so much fun. You come in and we work, yeah. And then sometimes you say, oh my gosh. I know.
And then when you say let go when we're balancing, you gotta be kidding. If I let go, I'd fall over.
Exactly. And I think we didn't mention ahead. Are you comfortable with me sharing for folks who may have missed that you are completely blind when you're balancing?
Yes,
yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
And I think it does affect us because you can't look at something to help you keep your balance, and your hearing also. And I think my hearing is down just a little. It's in my family, so it wouldn't surprise me. One of these days I got to go get a hearing test.
All right. We'll put that on your list. Yeah. And what was the date? Do you remember the date you first got down on the floor to exercise? Was that October sometime?
Well, yeah, that was October like 13th or something.
Yeah.
Like that. 14th, something like that.
Yeah. That was a big day we celebrated. Okay, so Jan, for somebody who has never tried online group fitness before and they see advertisements with like shiny people with 6-pack abs and perfect bikini bodies and they're like, that's not for me. Who do you think is the perfect person to join this kind of a group?
Well, I'd say anyone that really wants to get in shape. And also with COVID the way it is, I don't feel comfortable going to a gym. And then one of the things that drew me is then I got to pay transportation. Not only do I have to pay for the classes,
yeah,
but I got to pay for transportation every day to go back and forth. And I go to classes sometimes twice a day.
I know.
Transportation would add up, and I can't afford it. So I and I think that it helps to be in the group class because if I weren't scheduled, I would put off my exercise. I'm not as good about always taking my walks and stuff as I am coming to class. One time I scheduled one, forgot I had something else, and one time I forgot. Otherwise, I don't miss much
Mm-hmm.
if I sign up.
Yeah. Well, no, you don't, because next week you're going to hit your milestone. You guys, I'm going to tell on you, Jan. Next week, Jan is meeting. We have this thing called the 100 Circle. And so if you've attended 100 classes, you are part of this exclusive club. And Jan is going to get inducted next week because she's going to make 100 classes. And you've only been with us like 4 months. It's
Yeah.
me. Yeah. Woo, woo. All right. Well, Jan, where do you see yourself a year from now, health and fitness wise? Let's do a little prediction.
Well, I'm not sure how much weight if I could get exactly what I wanted, then I'd like to lose altogether 120 pounds. But that would bring me down to what I used to weigh when I was in my 20s. So that might not be realistic. So if I couldn't get to that, at least 100 pounds. That's what I'd like to get to.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just about halfway there.
Oh, congratulations. Oh my gosh.
And
Yay.
then I think I'd have excellent blood pressures. And I'm trying to get my A1C down because I'm a borderline diabetic, and that I do not want. And that's heavy in my family on my mother's side. So I got to get my weight down. She's not diabetic, but all of her brothers and sisters are, and her father died of that. So it's in my family. And so I have to get this weight off.
Yeah. Oh, well, fantastic, Jan. I have just really loved having you in class. You're truly a rock star, and you've just been such a light in my life too. And I know every class, if Jan's not in a class, I'm like, something must desperately be wrong because Jan comes to all the classes.
Well, that day I missed, my cleaning lady came on a Tuesday, and I was thinking it was Friday because that's when she always comes.
I know. I love it. I love it. Oh,
yeah, you must have thought I was sick.
I know. I did. I was worried. I was like, where is she? All right. Well, Jan, thank you so much and for sharing your story and a little bit about what you've been working through. And I know we could talk for hours, but I just so appreciate you coming on and giving folks just a little glimpse.
Okay.
All right, friends, if you are interested in learning more about this whole group fitness thing, head on over to couchtoactive.com. Check it out. I mean, heck, you might as well sign up right away. You can meet Jan. She's there in class. So, alrighty, friends, have yourselves a great day. Head on over again to couchtoactive.com.